The Pioneers have never done. They win here in Charlotte as the Pioneers knock off the Queens Royals 67-61. Last time they defeated Queens, 2016. It was the regular season finale. It took 2 overtimes and they survived a 3-point effort at the end of regulation to actually get into the overtime. Didn't need that today. They knocked down some critical shots and also got timely defense, especially late. Really defense through the entire game. Joined by Pioneer coach JT Burton in our pregame chat. You were hoping that the team would show up and that they, would be ready to go, and then we didn't look like. I thought, well, maybe we've already checked out, because maybe we're worried about what we got, what we didn't get for Christmas, and those kind of things. But what seemed to be the thing that really turned this team around?
It's a gift and a curse of having new guys, a mixture, and a lot of freshmen, because these freshmen don't know any better, and a lot of them, their parents here and everything. I kind of figured that we would start off slow. We had discussed it as a staff, but once we settled in, I thought we'd be okay.
And it was amazing what we can do offensively when we don't turn the ball over. I mean, we were shooting 53, 54%, and I offensively, I haven't seen that a lot so far this year, which I think is a good sign as well. But I didn't give up on you because, I knew it was way too early to be doing that kind of stuff. But really, your offense, led by some of your timely defense in that first half, was really strong.
Yeah, I mean, you think about Keyston Brown. You talk about that kid that was, been starting to play for his daddy, Coach Daniel Brown, and the kid comes in and comes off the bench and gives us the best 8 minutes he's given us all year. And as I said before, with us, with me, it all starts with defense. So your offense is going to eventually come, and once guys get comfortable on the defensive end, because I think it's where you win championships. That the offense is going to be there.
First half, you're down 25-13. Cam King kind of comes in, and we don't necessarily just rattle off a bunch of points, but he kind of really stabilizes things, gets an and one, finishes up, goes to the free throw line, knocks down more free throws. I really felt like he was a stabilizing force early.
Yes, I mean, Cam does a really good job of coming off the bench. He gives us a post present that's really physical on the inside, especially on the defensive end as well. And now that he's making free throws, it's hard to guard, because I remember people would just foul him sometimes and weren't worried about it. I mean, last year he was shooting 21% from the free throw line. Now he's 15 out of 18 his last 18 free throws. So with that being said, he comes in, he's a senior, he's been there and done that, so he up to, especially on the road.
Keyston Brown, you've already mentioned him. I thought may have hit the biggest shot of the game. Second half, it was the second half of runs. It was it was a 14-0 run first half to the second half. Build the lead for us. We go on a 7-0 run. They answer. We go on another 7-0 run. They answer. We go on an 8-0 run. Keyston Brown hits the 3 straight away, no hesitation.
As Trent Gibson said in his interview, he's been doing that. It's confidence with the kid. I mean, because like I told you, he's done an unbelievable job adjusting to his role, and now he's these last couple of games he's played it well, and it's a good momentum builder going into the Christmas break.
Game tie. Josh Scott, another 3. It was a kick out after an offensive rebound. We didn't have many offensive rebounds. When we had them, boy, we really paid because and cashed in 18 second chance points, I believe it was, off of our offensive rebounds on only 12 offensive rebounds in the game. And the game tie, Josh Scott hits another big 3.
Yes, I mean, Josh did a really good job of getting his feet set, standstill shooter. We told him earlier you got to make those shots because the game before I kind of made fun of him, but he got in the gym, he stayed with it, stayed positive, and Josh was big. It was a big find too for him to make that shot.
Tariq Jenkins showing his outside game. You mentioned that, game 3 or 4. If he can continue to hit from outside, we're going to be real dangerous. He showed that today.
Yes, I told him, it starts downhill. Starts all about going downhill, getting to the free throw line, getting your confidence going. He done it late in the first half when he got the and one, and then the second half he started making his shots.
Then I think I'm most impressed. It got physical, and when a team like Queens, 3 straight years with 30 wins, been ranked 65 weeks in the top 20, defending conference champs, region champs from a year ago, they start getting physical. They start kind of flexing their muscle, throwing us around a little bit, and we survive maybe some tough calls and make some big shots, but mostly get big defensive stops.
Yeah, when it comes to being physical and the strength, guys, I got to give it to Christian Sisto. He's our strength coach, and I'm not lying because he's changed these guys' body now. It's transitioned into the court. And then we did Zach Holt did a really good job with the scout. And then with that being said, when they got physical, we made some adjustments. Guys didn't panic. We got a couple calls come went our way, some didn't. And I told them on the road, that's just life on the road, and that's what we're built for. So we try to do all the different scenarios in practice just for this.
We win a tough game Wednesday against a good team. We played a little tight, I felt like, and then come here and played maybe too loose early because we kind of threw it around the gym just a little bit. And it really was offensive fouls, maybe just some mental things. And I've said it's cliche. into the break, you get this win against Queens, turning some heads right now in the league. But what does it mean about what this team can do going forward?
It's just like I told him in the locker room when I took his job a year ago. We took his job a year ago. I told him that we had to change, and in order for us to change, they had to change the culture completely. And you take guys like Caleb Hotnett, who is not starting, bring him off the bench, and when he came back in, he made, got some offensive rebounds, got the ball going to the basket. So, it's a team effort. It's all about those guys. It's all about those kids buying in. It's all about the assistants doing their job and doing it very well. And man, I mean, Brian, this is unbelievable, man. It's a great feeling to have.
And the tough part is we have the long break now. Don't play again until January 4th. So how do you keep the momentum going?
Well, what you have to do is, this is a huge momentum thing. But when we come back, I mean, they know it's 6 a.m.s all over again. You got to, 2 days. You got to go because we can't let up. You can't let up off of them. Some guys. It's good having kids that's been on the team from returning from last year because they know how tough it is to come back out of shape and then try to get back in shape. So they was up there telling the guys, say, hey, look, we got to come back because you guys do not want to be a part of that. So it's huge, man. It's great to go into the Christmas break. We done something that's never been done before. We beat a ranked team. I think it's the 6th time in the school history, and we got a team that's still learning. So it's a great team building thing.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys.
Yes,
Merry
sir.
Christmas to the boss man too, athletic director Doug Jones.
You got one for you here today here in Charlotte. The Pioneers will take on Anderson January 4th. They went 0-2 against the Trojans last year, so maybe they have something for them at Pioneer Arena January 4th. Who knows? We'll see what this team is doing. Sky is still the limit. Pioneers win. He's JT Burton. We're back with your final comments after this. Tusculum 67, Queens 61 on the Pioneer Sports Network.